Have you ever opened your bank statement and realized that you're paying for subscriptions that you don't even use? Netflix, Spotify, old gym membership, maybe even an insurance you forgot about that's just quietly draining your account every month? What if you had one app that tracked everything from renewal dates, costs, reminders, so you'd never have to be caught off guard again? Well, today we're gonna build that app from scratch. And we're not going to write a single line of code. I'll just describe what I want, and Storm will build the whole thing with database, backend, front end, and everything else. So the challenge here is to see if AI can actually just take my idea in plain English and build this full app for me. So let's put Storm to the test. Storm is an AI that generates full stack applications from natural language prompts. You don't need any coding abilities, you don't need any templates, you just need to be able to describe what you want, and Storm will build it. Alright, so let's give Storm the prompt. So this is the prompt that we're going to use. So we're just briefly describing that we want a subscription or renewal tracker. We want to be able to add subscriptions with details like name, category, monthly cost, renewal frequency, and next renewal date. The app should show a dashboard with upcoming renewals, total monthly spending, and send notifications or reminders before a subscription renews. Include filters by category, sorting by cost or renewal date, and a search function. I want to be able to mark subscriptions as cancelled or paused. And we also want to be able to export this data as a CSV file. And then we have a little bit about the style and the type of application. Write a comment in the comment section if you want me to send this exact prompt to you. Alright, so now we'll just hit enter and see what happens. Okay, so here's the first version of our app. So on the left side we can see our prompt and we can see that Storm built the app. We can follow the 7 key stages that it went through to build this app. So we can see that it was processing requests, analyzing requirements, refining user experience, defining architecture, coordinating implementation, implementing APIs, and creating the pages. So this is what we've got so far. We got one page. That's good because we explicitly told it that we didn't want a login and sign up form because this is just for our personal use. So we got the name subscription savvy. We can see our monthly total. We have an export button, add subscription. We can search by name. So let's try that, Adobe. And it works. We can filter by category. Let's see what we have. Gaming. We have the Xbox Game Pass. We have Mint Mobile. We can sort by name, cost, renewal date. So this also works. Cost low to high, cost high to low. Alright, so here we can see all of the subscriptions and we can edit them, we can pause, we can cancel. So let's hit the edit button and see what we can do here. We have subscription name, category, cost, renewal date, next renewal date, renewal frequency, next renewal date, and status. Okay, so it would actually be nice to be able to include a link in this so we have a link directly to the subscription that we want to cancel. Because right now the app is not able to cancel because that would require an API to these services and they do not provide that as far as I know of. But this is still nice because we can use this to keep an overview of our own subscriptions. Like let's say that I often rotate between the streaming services. Then I could technically have all the streaming services here and I can just pause this and then I could pause this and now I can see that I only have the YouTube Premium. So it would be easy for me to see which ones I have. Even though it does not technically cancel the subscription, but we can make that a little bit easier by adding a link function in the edit. So let's prompt that to Storm actually. So let's say something like, when adding or editing a subscription, I would like to be able to include a link to the service. Alright, and let's hit enter and see what happens. The build is done. That took only a few minutes. So let's see if it actually fixed it. So let's go to edit. And now we can actually add a link here. So let's do that. And there it is. It was that easy. Let me get my actual link for Disney Plus. So I'll log into Disney Plus because that is the streaming service I have right now. And let me add this direct link here. So I'll go into Disney Plus, update. So now I can actually just click this link and it'll take us directly to the page. And there we have it. Let's try and add a new subscription. What should that be? We can add one for anything. Let's just say Subbies. Entertainment. And it's $9 99. So we add this one. And there it is. Okay, so it made 3 of these, but that's because I clicked the button 3 times because I didn't have the patience to wait, even though it only took a few seconds. But now we're not able to remove these. So let's add that. Let's say something like, allow me to delete subscriptions. And then we send this. Okay, now the build is done. And this actually broke the app a little bit. Maybe the prompt was not good. So let's restore version 2. That should only be a few seconds. Okay, so now we're back to version 2. And now everything is working again. Let's try something else. So we're going to use the same, kind of the same prompt that we're using up here. So we're going to say, when editing a subscription, I would like to be able to delete the subscription. And then we sent this. Okay, that seems like that also broke the app a little bit. Let's try and run the Glückenspiel. That's an auto fix for Storm. It'll figure out what the issue is and then it'll automatically fix it. Okay, we ran the auto fix and now we can see that all of our subscriptions are back. So we can see that it updated the index.html page. So let's try and see if it actually did anything. So we click edit and now we can delete subscription. So we click this. Are you sure I want to delete the subscription? Yes, please. And now it's gone. So we can delete this one as well. Delete. And now that's done. So now we're back. It's all nice and good. So Notion Pro, we don't have that. Let's actually, before we delete this one, let's see if this updates. So now it's $144.92. So we removed Notion Pro. And that was what? $8. Delete. Okay, so the monthly total does not seem to be working because it's adding things when we're deleting. So let's get rid of all of this. So we remove Planet Fitness. Oh, okay, I see what it is. So it's automatically adding a new subscription every time we delete something. So we're not actually getting less subscriptions. So we have 3, 6, 9, 10 subscriptions right now. 10 total. So what if we delete this one? Delete. Now we just got a new one. Okay. So we're not allowed to have less than 10 subscriptions. Let's write a prompt for this. Let's just say, don't add new subscriptions when I'm deleting. I guess that's it. So we say, don't add new subscriptions when I'm deleting subscriptions. I want to be able to have less than 10 subscriptions. Before we write that prompt, let's see if it actually updates this when we cancel something. So we cancel subbies. Then it should remove 999, right? Did it do that? I didn't see. Yeah, it does. So it works like this. So it is actually updating this correctly. It's just, for some reason, adding random ones. So let's send this prompt. Okay, so let's see if that fixed it. Storm seems very enthusiastic. I want to ensure that no new subscriptions are added when you delete them, and you want the flexibility to have fewer than 10 subscriptions. Okay, that's very cool. So let's just delete this one. Okay, so we're still getting new subscriptions for some reason. So what if we add more subscriptions? Can we go over 10 is the question. So we save this. And now we got a Glückenspiel, so something is up. So let's just run that and see if we can fix the issue. Okay, so let's try again. So we delete this. Netflix, delete subscription. Okay, so after running the auto fix, now it actually works. So now we can just delete and it'll actually remove them. So let's remove all of these. And now we have a clean slate. So I'll just go ahead and add my actual subscriptions. I don't know the cost of these, so I'll just put in $5 for everything. Renewal date 29, service link, save subscription. Okay, so now I've added a few subscriptions and I tried putting in food as a category just to see if it would detect that. And it actually does. So in category we can see we have food. And if we sort by that, we get our HelloFresh subscription. And that's it. So that was actually very easy. We have 9 prompts and some of them being auto fixes. And now we have a working app that we can actually use to save money. So this is a really good use case for a lot of people, I would think, because I can't be the only one who keeps forgetting my subscriptions. So let's see if we can export this as a CSV file. We do that, and now it actually opens as well. And we open it in Excel. Here we have the Excel sheet. So that's pretty nice. Okay, let's edit this page a little bit. We have some improved inline edits at Storm. So if I press this button at the top right corner, we go into edit mode, and now we can actually click whatever we want to change. and then we'll be able to change it. So if we click this box, for example, let's say we want to make this box, I don't know, blue. Make the box blue, and then Storm will focus on the thing that we clicked on, and it'll make it a lot easier to change specific things instead of just writing a prompt and then letting Storm figure it out by itself. And down here in the building box, we can see actually what Storm is focusing on right now. So we can see that it's not going through all the stages because it just needs to change the box color to blue. So it's only processing the request, and then it's coordinating the implementation. So all of the stages that are not lighting up are not being handled. And that's it. I mean, this blue color is probably not what we want, but you get the gist. Another color would have been nice, but it is what it is. It works. So we restore version 9 instead, because that's definitely better. But it's just to show that you can do whatever you want. You can just change it. That's it. So now all I have to do is publish the app. I can do that up here, and then I'll have a fully working app that I can use to save money. So if you have some ideas for apps that I should build in the future, write them in the comments and I'll build it in a future video. And thank you for watching. It was fun. Go to storm.dev, build your own app, and I'll see you in the next one.